me. It's time to boss up. Fix your credit, girl, get at it, get your bag up. Hit that gym and get back fine. Go get that degree, go girl, focus on me. Unlock potential that you didn't know you had it.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, y'all? So, welcome to On a Cloud Podcast, episode 23. And today we have a special guest with us, Michael Ezel, and he's here to talk to us about investment and about the stock market and just help us with our finance all together. So, we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. He's going to talk about how he just worked a regular job, but how he got straight into the investment world. And so go ahead, tell us a little background about you, what you do.
Okay, well, like you said, my name is Michael Ezel. I'm 22 years old. I'll be 23 in June. By day, I work at Amazon, typical job just to fund the markets. But, my main focus right now is actually investing in the stock market. I started doing this around maybe 5 months ago, heavily, seriously. But as far as the journey into finances and trying to get, my bearings on understanding how to get started with just changing my life and moving forward to trying to get involved with investing and trying to get that understanding and knowledge to even get started in that world, because it is a confusing world. But I started on that maybe about 2 years ago. So, yeah, yeah, I started on that about 2 years ago.
So when you say like investing, tell us like exactly what that means.
Well, investing is a multifaceted term. You have different types of investments. You can invest in yourself, whether that be in your health, going to the gym, figuring out different diets, better foods to eat. You can invest in your knowledge and education by getting more knowledge, buying books, maybe taking a course. Different ways you can invest in yourself. But there's also investments with your money. That comes with things like stocks, bonds, annuities, commodities, retirement plans, cryptos. There's a bunch of different ways, but the main two investments are investing in yourself or investing your money.
I like that answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was definitely about to ask, like, what are some ways to kind of invest? But I guess the transition, what made you want to start to invest in yourself?
Well, like I said, about 2 years ago was when my journey started. I got to a point in my life where I realized, as humans, we all have individual goals, and especially in our generation nowadays, a lot of people are caught up with the facade of trying to show off who has the best clothes, who has the best trip experiences, who has the most money, who has the most. Everybody's in the competition to try to show what I have and what I can do, instead of actually having the intangibles, actually having properties in their name, actually having businesses. A lot of people have the best clothes in the world, and a lot of pictures to post about the different experiences they had, but as far as ownership, they don't own anything. And it came to my vision at one point that I was hanging out with a lot of friends, doing a lot of partying, just not really focused on growing myself. And I was just kind of caught up in a moment in life, and I was just like, you know what, at this point, if I don't own anything in my life, I'm poor. Like, I'm not about to keep spending money on all the stuff that is giving me temporary good times, but I don't own anything, and I'm still in a down bad situation personally in life. So it just kind of motivated me to just want to change my goals, change my trajectory, and get focused on where I want to be in life.
Okay. Yeah. So like what is the difficulty that you've seen so far with investing more in your finance and your money? Like what has been the hard part of it?
Honestly, the hard part of that's a difficult question, because I don't like to look at anything. I don't like to put negative words around things, so I don't want to say it's necessarily hard. It's a challenge, but one of the hardest things I would say is just changing the mindset. A lot of people feel like it's easy going into it, and they use different platforms or different strategies to invest. And when they get started, they feel like, oh, they're just going to get on there and knock it out the park. And when they realize it's not as easy as they thought, they fall off and they get discouraged. Or you have, on the opposite spectrum, you have people that feel like it's too hard and they never tried in the beginning. So I feel like mindset is one of the most difficult things. Just changing your mindset, changing your paradigm, getting focused on realize that you got to change the information that you're taking in, and change the information you're taking in, change with your interests, change your habits. It's all 360. It's a 360 change that you have to go through in order to really have your mind focused on this world. Because if you live in a materialistic paradigm, you're more than likely to feel like, oh, I have money to spend it. I have money to want to go ahead and buy nice things or satisfy some temporary pleasure. But no one looks at saying, oh, instead of buying a pair of Jordans, I'm going to go out and go buy a book instead. The value that you can get out of a $100 book or a $10 book, books are not $100, but I'm just comparing it to the price of Jordans. People go out and go buy Jordans very quickly, but when it comes to a book that have information that can change their life, they're not even willing to go spend $10 or $20 on it. So just the hardest part really is just getting started, changing your mindset and starting to change what you're taking in so you can start getting engulfed in this world, honestly. But after you get engulfed in it becomes a personal interest. You start to get, once your money is behind it and you're actually interested in trying to make money, it drives your focus to say, okay, I need to learn this. I need to get in this world more. I need to start reading more information, finding out more videos about this stuff. You just got to get into it. The hardest part is getting into it, just taking that first step.
So like with just investing, how do you currently invest? Like,
as of right now, I'm actually on 3 different platforms: Robinhood, Cash App, and Webull. I do day trading on there, long-term investing, stock options. Outside of that, I have a 401k retirement plan through my job. I'm actually trying to transition that over into an IRA because there's certain benefits that come with having an IRA compared to having a 401k. But the job offers it. And one thing I learned is you never turn down free money. And that's essentially what a 401k program is at a workplace. They match you dollar for dollar, maybe 50 cents on the dollar, depending on the situation. So, you always take it if you can. But I personally want to switch over to IRA. That's my next move.
Okay, so you said IRA. Tell everybody what our IRA is.
IRA is an individual retirement account. The benefits that come with that, it's money that you pay taxes on before you put it into your account. So when you retire at around, let's say 59 and a half, I believe the age is, all the money already has taxes paid on it. So you get all that money tax-free when you remove it, compared to a 401k to where you put all the money in now, but you pay taxes on it if you want to pull out the money beforehand. And even when you wait till you're 60 years old, there's still going to be taxes owed on that money. So basically the same.
Okay.
Am I talking too fast too? A lot of people tell me I talk fast. I want to make sure I ain't.
No, you good. We keeping up. We keeping up.
Okay.
Yeah. I heard you mention Cash App too. Is that more like the stocks or like what do you kind of do with Cash App?
Cash App, I use Cash App for more commodities like gold, silver, and also there's stock options on there. I'm too caught up with Webull right now and Robinhood to actually focus too heavily on my stock game on Cash App. So I may buy some silver, maybe a little gold, depending on the commodity I'm interested in, but mainly also Bitcoin. Bitcoin is on Cash App, so you can invest on Bitcoin in there too. But no,
so
the main.
What made you? Go ahead. Oh
no, it wasn't anything important.
I was gonna ask you, like, what made you get into those 3 in particular?
Robinhood has been popular for a while now. I started on Robinhood back in 2019, but I actually wasn't doing anything. I just had the app on my phone. They gave me a free stock, and I was hearing a bunch of stuff about it. So Robinhood just kind of fell into my lap over the last few years because they gained a lot of popularity. They almost became hard to beat in the game because, if you go back to stock investing back in the 80s, 90s, or even, any time period before now, you had to have a stockbroker. You had to call someone on the phone. You had to have that middleman connected with the brokerage to go ahead and do all your plays for you or make any moves. So nowadays with, apps like Robinhood, you're able to invest yourself. There's 0% commission. Like you can't beat it. All you have to do is get the information. You can be your own stock trader. So that's mainly why I use not Cash App, but Robinhood. Webull was just something else that fell into my lap. I'm not as heavy invested on Webull as I am Robinhood, but I do trade on there. And it's just another source of income. If I have certain plays I'm making on Robinhood, I may go ahead and go on Webull and I'll do the exact same thing. So let's say if I have a call option on Robinhood and I know that company is going to make me some money on that app, I'll just invest the same amount of money on another app with the same company just to double up my plays. It's different sources of income at that point.
Okay. So just to kind of transition over, so I know you mentioned a little bit about stock. So we're definitely interested. Can you just explain to us like what is the concept of stocks or how the concept of trading works, or just a little bit about that?
Okay. Well, essentially the way a stock works is, let's say you have company A selling for $1 per share and you purchase 500 shares from company A. That 500 shares will give you a $500 position within that company. Now, a lot of people, I'm pretty sure they know this, but when it comes to starting a business, you start off with personal private investors, especially when you have bigger companies like Uber. Uber just didn't start off on the stock market. I'm not even sure if Uber is on the stock market. I'm pretty sure they are, but I'm bringing it up as an example. They start off with getting private investors, and then at the point that they reach a point that they're big enough to go public and they get that IPO offering, the private investors leave, and then now the public investors come in and replace those shareholders. So back to my example, you have company A that you're trading at $1 per share, and you buy 500 shares. Let's say that company goes up by $1, and you have 500 stocks within that company. That position will go from 500 to 1,000 because essentially you bought in at the point that they were trading for $1 per share, but now the company's value has increased. So it's just about assigning value and learning how to swap value. All you really need to know is addition, subtraction, multiplication, dividing, and percentages. Other than that, it's not difficult math. If you buy for $1 and they go up to $10, you take the $9 difference and multiply that by however many positions you own within the company. So the game is essentially buying low, selling high, and trying to make profit where you see fit.
So do you have anybody who's like guiding you with this, or did you just learn this on your own?
See, I would be lying if I said I had no one guiding me. Not anyone directly hands-on. This all came from personal research, reading books like The 4-Hour Work Week, Think and Go Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. These different books started to build a foundation in my mind to start understanding how rich people see things. If you read these perspectives in these books, they're 9 times out of 10 they're talking about you have certain groups of people that see money as the end all be all, and you have rich people who just see money as a tool to make more money. They look at them like soldiers. They send them out, they give them a job to do, and they want to bring more soldiers home when they come back at the end of the day. And that's essentially where I got my bearings from, just those books, different financial advisors on the internet, YouTube, honestly, just all internet research. But at this point, I kind of do it with a group at this point. It's me and a few friends. We all kind of just do our own research. We call each other first thing in the morning, Monday through Friday, around 8:30, start talking about what the market's looking like during, pre-market, which is the time that the market is trading before the rest of the world is allotted to trade. So the markets open up at 9 a.m. They close, or 9:30 a.m. if you don't have certain platforms. Certain platforms you can trade at like 5:30 in the morning. Some you can start as early as 7, 8. But Robinhood starts at 9:30 open and they close at 4 o'clock. So we're on the phone every single day from 9 to close for the most part, just talking about the different things we're invested in, talking about next plays, potential wins, all the losses. You're going to take losses in this game. Best believe if you have opportunity to make tens and hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars, you're going to also have the opportunity to lose that money. So it's not just easy to go up, up, up. There's going to be for downfall because it will happen.
That's some good insight.
Thank you. Let's see. There was also something else I wanted to add on to that. Now, I believe that's not important. Right? I'm waiting a little bit. I'm over here. I'm moving too.
No. Tell us. Let me hear what you was about to say.
No, because I was adding it on to the advice portion. I had a list of things that I wanted people to look out for, essentially, when they get on.
Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to kill the idea that people feel like you need a lot of money to get started. Now, me personally, me knowing what I knew and the information that I was taking in to get to where I got, I knew that, it takes money to make money. You're not just going to get on there with $10, $20 and think that you're going to start making hundreds of dollars. Now, that is a possibility if you know how to mess with stock options, but it's a lot of high risk, high reward with that. But as far as just essential day trading, investing, buying low, selling high, when it comes to that game, I knew that you had to start off with a significant amount of money if you want to make a lot of money. So I came to learn that I started off in the market with $2,000 personally. And with that $2,000, I was able to make some moves and get a feel for how everything works in the stock market. But also I know friends that started with $200 and they turned their position to thousands within just a week or two, just because of stock options and different, opportunities to flip your money. But I just want to let people know you don't need a lot of money to get started. You can't start with $1 in certain companies. You can buy fractional shares with Robinhood. Other companies, Cash App, you can buy shares starting as low as $5, $10. It doesn't take a lot to get started. It's going to be slow gains at first because, like I said, it takes money to make money. You want to put $200 in, you making $10, maybe $20, maybe $30. But you're not going to make over what you put in. $2,000 is going to get you maybe a couple hundred if you play it the right way. But if you're just playing with stock options, $2,000 can make you $6,000. Like it's so much to get into that I'm not even going to try to break that down and explain how that happens right now at this moment. But that's the important thing. Just know that you don't need a lot of money to get started. It's important to have an entry and exit plan. A lot of people, most of the time, they just put money down on the company that they hear about. They don't really have any real knowledge about the company other than, I like Starbucks. I shop at Starbucks. I'm gonna just buy Starbucks stock. Now that's cool if you're a long-term investor, but when it comes to people that have the mindset that they want to try to make some money, they want to try to, day trade, flip, all those terms that you hear people talking about, it's only beneficial if you're messing with companies that you're doing heavy research on. Don't just come into a stock and put money down and you see you making some money and you're just like, oh, I'm going to go to the moon with this, because just as quickly as the stock can rise, it can also fall down. So just have an entry and exit plan when going into all your investments. Don't get too greedy. There's definitely times where I've noticed that I'll go up and I'll tell myself, if I make $200-$300 off of this, I'm good, I'm gone. But then I'll see $700 earned, and I'll say, okay, hold on, we at 700. Let's see if we can get 1,000. And then now I lost all 700, and I'm looking stupid because I just didn't go when I saw 500 or 700. You know, I wanted to get greedy. So not being greedy is an important thing. Research. I like to pin that in and let people know. Make sure you're doing your research on these companies, whether it be you're watching the stock price and you're noticing fluctuations, because you have companies like Tesla that are volatile. They'll start off at $700 during the day, and you know they may go up to 800 at some point, and then they drop back down. This is good for people that want to make quick money, because the more dollar increases you go up or down, it can help you out on the back end and making more money. So just do your research, you know, find patterns, find things that you can notice and eyeball to get a better understanding of what you're investing in. So when it comes to capitalizing on profit and taking profit, you already know, you already have your information. You have your entry and exit plan. You have all the research about this company. You know the moves that they're making. You're well, you know, and everything that comes with it. You know the risk. You know that I could possibly lose this money. Have all those things in mind. And last but not least, be ready to lose, because you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose big, and you're gonna lose big only from not following the previous steps, which is having an entry exit plan, not doing your research, and investing in companies you know nothing about. So you can fix all those things just by you know, knowing that it comes with it. If you have, I've been on this app, like I said, for about 5 months. During that time period, the best play I came across, it was AMC. I don't know if you all were hearing the news. I'm pretty sure everyone was hearing the GameStop and AMC was seeing crazy surges. GameStop was trading from like $89 a share to $400 a share. AMC was $4 a share. It went all the way up to like 25 and then dropped back down. And it's actually kind of funny, because it goes into what I was just saying about not getting too greedy. It's also a downside of that. Don't get what's the word I'm looking for? Don't get afraid if you notice that you buy into a company and the first day you buy into it, you're going down, you're losing money. AMC was one of the companies I actually invested in back when they were $4. Me, I know, I'm pretty sure you know Kyle. Me, him, and another friend. You don't know his name, so I'm not gonna mention it. But we were all talking about the AMC play, and we actually went ahead and I bought. I think at the time I put like $3,000 down on AMC, and they all put their money down. And we just said, okay, let's see what they can do. But the only reason why I had bought into it is because my friend told me, oh, they was trading at $5.01. And like I explained before, if you buy a position at $4.70 and then that company increases to $5, that's a 30-cent increase. You multiply 30 cents by however many shares I own with putting $3,000 down, you would just take 3,000 divided by $4.90 a share, and then multiply the difference with the 30-cent increase. But I did that, and within the first hour and a half, I dropped down $300. And I was like, oh no, but that was early in the game. This is like the beginning of January, or middle of January. So I was early in the game, and once I started seeing that money, I got emotional. You can't be emotional with this game. Money is gonna go up and go down all throughout the day. I've been up thousands, I've been down thousands. I done made a couple hundred, I done lost a couple hundred. It's the way the game works. But with AMC specifically, I bring this up because the next day, I told Kyle, I said, no, I'm not standing here. I lost $300. AMC movie theaters are closed. I don't know nothing about this company for real. I only got into it because you told me that it was 5 cents. Not doing my research, just trying to make quick money. And the next, he told me, he was like, Mike, let's go ahead and just see what it does overnight. I know you're losing money right now, but let's just hold on to overnight. I said, it's reps. Y'all can lose y'all money. I'm gone. I left that company that night, and in a matter of 3 hours, that $3,000 investment that I put into there would have made me $14,000 because of the back end of how the stock went up. The stock went up from $4 per share to $25 per share. So if you have almost a $20 increase, you multiply that by, I believe, $3,000 bought me, I think, over 1,400 shares, maybe more than that. You multiply 1,400 by a $20 increase, you're looking at 13,000 some change. That was in a matter of moments of me just saying, oh, I'm not gonna keep my money in there. I don't want to keep losing. But on the down end, I sacrificed $300 for a potential $14,000 gain if I would just stay all money in and stayed invested. So you can get too greedy, but you also can get too nervous and cause yourself to lose way more money on the back end. But it's part of the game.
That's some good advice right there. Y'all better take that advice and run with it.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of gems for y'all.
A lot of risk.
a lot of risk in this game. But like I said, the upside is tremendous because at the same end, trust me, I haven't made a $14,000 play yet, but that adrenaline that I felt from knowing, dang, if I would have just listened to my boys and hold on, 14,000. Like I was like, this is the game for me. I'm hooked. I'm booked, and I'm about to keep learning. I'm about to keep grinding. Like I said, I've been in here for 5 months. You know, I'm still in it, so obviously it says something. You know, I recommend to people to, you know, definitely get started, whether it be with, you know, people talk about Forex all the time. I have my personal feelings about Forex, but I know there are people that do it legitly, so I'm not gonna just completely bash it all the way. Whether it be Forex, you know, stock market trading, whether it be, you know, you want to go ahead and try to invest in real estate, all these things that people have dreams of investing in, it's all just a matter of getting information and getting started. You don't even have to buy full house nowadays. They have an app called Fundrise to where you can build your portfolio off, you know, building new homes, and they build new homes in different areas. You can either get invested early on with those projects, or you can already be invested to a property that's already making money and use that to build your portfolio. So there's so many different ways to get invested. The iPhone, the Androids, we live in the 21st century. It's time to take advantage of these tools because I'm not soliciting the service. A lot of people that see me posting what I post, they assume that I want something out of it. I don't charge no money for nothing. I'm posting what I'm posting, telling people, go ahead and take this information to get started, because whether you trade or not, it's not going to affect me. But I know that from my own personal experience dealing with, you know, African-American people, talking to them about this stuff, they don't really have the information. You know, a lot of us, we grow up and we have the society that we live in has put us in a bubble to where we all just want to be actors, movie stars, athletes. We just want, everyone wants to be in competition with each other, but no one wants to really talk about the stuff that's important, like investing and saving. Everyone that I talk to in my personal friend group that's not invested in this field, when I talk to them about, oh, you ever heard of Robinhood? You in the stock market? Oh, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know. That sounds too hard. That's not something I'd be interested in. I'm telling people with passion, you're not interested in making money in your sleep. Like, this is real. I'm telling you, if I'm saying it, I'm one of the main people that call out scams. If I feel like somebody's scamming, if I feel like something, you know, something looks fishy, I'm not gonna mess with it. But this is the first thing I came across personally in my life to where it's not contingent upon how hard I work, just about how much I study, just about how much information I'm getting off these plays, just about my own personal due diligence. So I still work at Amazon at the moment to still fund it, because, you know, if I can add money to the market and still be able to flip and invest and use my work income as expense money while I'm still building and stacking on Robinhood, that's my plan right now. Just keep funding the market with money from outside hustles. And eventually I plan on getting to a point where I don't need to work anymore. But that's long down the road. We just getting started. But yeah.
That's a smart plan.
Feel that? I guess so. Like, my next question for you, you kind of answered that you put the content out there. Where can people get in contact with you? Like, what's your social media, or where they can follow you at?
Instagram _ the Don one. That's not going to be the permanent platform. That's just currently what I use now, because like I said, I'm just getting started in this whole entire space. As a whole, social medias strictly for investments is coming very, very soon. Just getting all that stuff in the works right now. But my personal Instagram is _ the Don one. On there I post different plays that I'm currently looking at. Talking a little shit just because, you know, the plays just come through. You know, just having fun with it. So.
All right. Yes. Anywhere else? Any other social medias you want to give us?
Nah, no. You can come follow me on the gram, and, you know, if not on the gram, then you ain't heard from me. _ the Don.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Michael, for this interview. You did good. You gave us a lot of gems. I know I'm taking some stuff and running with it. Like, you just taught me so much.
Having me on your platform. You know, it's crazy that we actually was able to get this in, because I was seeing you post about your podcast, and I was knowing that, you know, a lot of these conversations need to be had. And I was asking you, did you actually have any episodes on investment? And you were saying that you were putting it together. So this all worked out smooth. It was all perfect timing. Yes. And, you know, it's cool to collaborate. Like you said, I know you all your life, so it's cool to talk to you. Good to see you. And, you know, thank you.
Thank you. All right.
You as well, Michael.
Nice to meet you too. You said your name is Keisha, correct?
Or you can call me Frack.
Breaking Frack.
Good talking to you. But everybody, go ahead, get invested. The best time to start is today. The second best time was yesterday. Other than that, I'm out.
All right.
Thank you. Hey everybody, so welcome to episode 23, and today we have another guest on a Cloud podcast, and we are going to be interviewing Karonda, and she's here to just talk to us about credit repair, about our finances. And so she's an entrepreneur, but I'm going to let her just tell us a little bit about herself and how she started her business.
Hey, welcome everyone. Glad to be on the podcast. So let me introduce myself. I am Karonda Frederick here in Houston. I'm a vice president with this company. I actually got started 3 years ago because I needed my credit work done. For one simple reason, because I wanted to purchase a home. I've been here in Houston for 5 years, originally from the state of Missouri. So my husband and I, we decided, you know what, let's set a goal. Within the first 3 years, we wanted to purchase a home. So it was great. And then I ended up leaving a job that I hated. And next thing you know, I didn't have that income coming in. So, the bills still came, but the income wasn't coming in. So I had all these late payments reported to my credit report. So I reached out to a young lady on Instagram, kind of like how you guys found me. Reached out to her, asked her some questions. She got me started. But not only did she get me started with the credit repair side, but she provided the opportunity for me to now add another stream of income. So I was like, well, that makes sense. I can get my credit work done, help a lot of people, because Lord knows I know a lot of people that needed help, and earn another stream of income. I was like, sign me up. Just sign me up. Yes. So been doing this for 3 years. We got started January 2018. At the time, my score was a 643. By the time I closed on my house that November, my score had increased over 140 points. So I closed with a 780 on my house. So yeah, super excited. That's how I got started. So being in the program as well, it's taught me some things that I didn't know or that I was doing wrong, thinking I was helping my credit, but at the same time, it was actually hurting my credit. So we have an amazing program that teaches financial literacy, not just credit repair.
So just overall, why do you feel credit is so important?
For many reasons. One, especially right now with the interest rates as low as they are, people are able to refinance or even purchase at a low interest rate, because that low interest rate can save them a lot of money versus having, a higher interest rate paying on a car note or a house note. Like, that's a lot of money. And I'll just give you a quick example. When we bought our house, I think our rate was like 7%. But we just refinanced this past November, and our rate is like 2.25. So we save over $600 a month on our monthly mortgage payment. So that is one reason why. Two, a lot of people, they go out and apply for apartments, car loans, security deposits, interest rates, credit cards, all types of things. Even employment, your employer can run your credit and determine if they want to hire you or not according to your credit. Interest rates on insurance, crazy. Yeah, the interest rates on insurance, like it literally revolves around your life. So if your credit is not where it needs to be, it can hold you back. It can definitely hold you back from getting housing, not just housing itself, but a house or an apartment. Like I said, jobs, getting lights and stuff turned on. Yeah, it's serious, definitely serious.
So what is a good credit score, and then what's like a bad credit score? Like, where should our score be at?
Anything really over 700, you always want to shoot for 700 or better. Mid sixes are okay, but you're still not going to be getting the best interest rates. You're still not going to be able to get like the amount of the loan that you want. So when you go apply for maybe like a car loan or a house note, your credit reflects how much you can purchase, right? So you go to a car lot and you want to get a nice vehicle. Well, your credit determines what type of vehicle you can get, right? So I always tell people, don't think about the lenders telling you what you can qualify for. You know what you can qualify for with your credit. You want to be in control of that decision, not somebody saying you only qualify for this. So anything over 700 is going to get you what you want.
Okay.
Just overall, so you mentioned that you were a part of like a program before, so you now have your own program, or like could you just explain a little bit from that transition from learning into actually using coping purpose?
So the program that I was introduced to, I still use, and that's what my clients use as well. So we provide not only credit repair, but how to budget, how to set up a monthly budget, because in order to master your money, you have to manage your money. And a lot of people don't do that. Some people, they think they have this extra money just, after they've paid bills, but are you actually saving it or are you spending it? And then when you spend it, then you're like, okay, now I got to wait for the next payday or paycheck to have extra income. So budgeting, paying off debt. We have a system that's going to show individuals how to get out of debt quicker. Setting up a will and trust. We've all seen, celebrities in the past few years pass on that did not have that in place. And we actually provide that for them to set it up at no additional cost. And then 2, identity protection and credit monitoring. Every 2 seconds, someone's identity is stolen. So it's important to know exactly what's being reported to your credit report. Sometimes it may not even be your information. So, I always tell people, monitor what's on your credit report to know that it's yours. And another reason is because you want to make sure that it's reporting 100% accurately.
So I did see on your Instagram page that you were doing a seminar and it was around like working at home, having like a second job and so. Can you speak more about that? Because I'm interested in wanting to know what that was.
Yes. So basically, you would partner with me doing the same thing. I have a consultation. I'm a referral agent. So I refer people that need help with their credit to our program. I have a consultation and I ask them questions just to make sure that they even need the program. Sometimes I'll cross someone that may have like a 700 credit score, but they want to go higher and they may not have any negative items on their credit report. So I will give them some tips and things on what to do. And I'll let them know, hey, you don't even need the program, but what you can do is this, that, and the other. So a lot of times, I may have a conversation with somebody just to give them some quick tips, some free game. But basically, I promote a lot on social media because everybody uses it, right? Not only that, I've partnered with realtors, people that are in the car dealership, tax professionals, people that are in the insurance industry, because they have a network of clients that either one, don't qualify for whatever loan that they're applying for, or because of the interest rates. So I do network with those types of individuals to see how I can help their pipeline. For example, if you partner with a realtor, right? Realtors come across people all the time that don't qualify for home loans because of their credit. So if I can help them increase their pipeline, help them make more commission, right? Because if they're just telling somebody, oh, I can't help you, that's income that they're not receiving, right? That's commission. So if I can help those clients qualify for a home loan, that's going to increase their commission, right? And referrals. So, definitely that's, I partner with a lot of realtors, not just here in Houston, but all over. That's one of the benefits of this business is that we get to service all 50 states. So I've got, actually yesterday, I was talking to a lady in DC, a realtor in DC and a mortgage lender. So now they want me to come out to DC in May, do like a home buyer seminar and everything. So I'm excited about that. Lord knows I need to travel right about now.
Right.
I need a serious vacation. But yes, we're just simply referring people. I've been able to build my business for over the last 3 years, and most of it was part-time because I was working full-time. But it's so crazy how last year this pandemic happened that my business grew so much. Because when I first heard about COVID, I was like, nobody is thinking about credit. They just trying to survive. But it was a total opposite. Like everybody wanted to fix their credit. People wanted to earn another stream of income because some people had lost their jobs. Their jobs had closed permanently. So now we were able to provide them a way to earn money or income from home. So basically, it's not a job, but it is a business opportunity. Tax write-off, get to work from home, get to work from anywhere. Like if I travel, I can still run my business from my phone. Show must go on.
Right.
But yeah, I was able to walk away from corporate America in October. So now I do this full time and got a real estate under my belt, getting ready to take that exam. So again, I'll be able to help my clients purchase a home, fix their credit, and buy a home.
Mm-hmm.
I can sell them a home. So yeah.
So I see that you have mentioned having another stream of income. What's been important for just having different streams of income basically last year, a lot of us did lose jobs and kind of realized that COVID did turn on like just jobs in general. Why do you feel it's important to have this?
Just for that reason, you want to always have a backup plan. People don't expect life to happen. They don't expect another pandemic to happen. So why don't you go ahead and get in front of the situation and have a backup plan? Either a savings, a nice savings, right? Or have another job, home-based business, whatever that may be. But you always should have multiple streams of income just in case plan A doesn't work out, then you have something else to fall back on, and nothing is disrupted in your household, your income, your expenses. You can still stay on top of everything, but if you have a backup plan, you're good. You're good. I will tell you the difference between having a second job, 2 jobs are for 2 people. Having a home-based business is yours, right? You get to work it whenever you want. You don't have to ask off. You don't have to request time off. You can become your own boss. So again, this is something you can do from anywhere. You can be traveling and still be able to run your business. Yeah, it's nice. You have that residual income also as well. So I don't know if you all know about residual income. It's basically you making money while you sleep. We like that pajama money.
Okay. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, we
So
like
like,
that.
oh wait, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say we like that pajama money.
Yes. So if people are just trying to figure out how can they start to save, what would you say is the first thing they should do? Like, what's the number one tip?
Budget. See how much income you have coming in and what the expenses are that you have coming out. That way you can see what you have left over. And if you have enough left over, put a portion of that to the side for savings, and then don't touch it. Act like, as my daddy always says, put it away and forget about it. So that's the first thing. You gotta see exactly what you have coming in and what you have going out. Now, if it's to the point where you got more expenses than income, then you need another stream of income. Regardless if it's a part-time job or a home-based business or something, you definitely need to add another stream of income. So that way that extra income can pay down the expenses that you have, and then eventually you won't even need the part-time job.
Okay.
Just in general, do you have like any other tips or like any information that you feel should know that they may not know?
So yes, I do. I'll just give you myself as an example when it came to credit, because I knew about credit, but again, if you're not really educated, you can work on your credit the wrong way. So back before I got started with this, every year come tax season, I would pay my credit cards off and I would call the creditors and say, hey, close this account, it's paid in full. Well, not knowing that was hurting my credit history, because I had good credit history paying those credit cards on time. I just wanted to get rid of the debt. So I would close those accounts, not knowing that was going to hurt my credit score, because it was going to be a closed account, drop my score, right? Biggest mistake ever. So you always want to continue using those revolving lines of credit, keeping them small, keep the balances low, below 30%. 30% is really that threshold. Keep them below 30% of whatever the limit is, and then you should be good. Just continue using them, paying them down, use them, paying them down. Just don't close them. Also, a lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to pay my bills on time and that's going to help. Not necessarily, because credit is made up of 5 different factors: your payment history, how many inquiries you have, what types of credit do you have, your installment loans, which is going to be like your car note, your house note, versus your revolving lines of credit, which is going to be like your credit cards. How long have you had your accounts? That's another huge factor. Again, don't close those accounts if you can't, or if you don't have to. Now, say for instance, you have a car note. We all know car notes are going to end eventually, right? When you make that last payment, there's nothing you can do on that. But again, you want to keep your credit history long, because again, lenders look at all of that. They look at all of that. Yes.
Those are some good tips. I just have one more question. So when you were talking about credit card, you know how some people they buy different credit cards with like a store or just getting a credit card period. So what would you say is the best thing, or do you think that people should be buying those different credit cards?
A lot of times people will buy like department store credit cards because they get offered them at the cash register to save. Oh, you could save an extra 10% today if you apply. To me, it's good and bad, because if your credit is already shot, you may get approved, but then now you've got this extra credit card, this extra debt that you probably didn't need just to save a 10% on a purchase. It really doesn't make sense, right? But if you can get a nice major credit card like Discover, American Express, even Capital One, just use those. You probably should have about 2 to 3 credit cards. Other than that, not too much more than that. But if you've got a nice limit on those credit cards, again, keep the utilization low, because eventually your credit will increase, your credit line will increase depending on you know, paying on time and things like that. And you never want to pay the minimum. You always want to pay more and pay it as well, not by the due date, but the closing date. That reflects different on your credit report.
That's a
Yes.
good tip. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yes. So yeah, it's been, again, I love what I do. Like I said, right before we got started with the interview, I just had one of my clients send me a message saying that he was just now approved to go ahead and refinance his home, because that was his goal. He's super excited, but yeah, this opportunity has allowed me to help a lot of people. And one of the benefits is that when you become an agent like myself, you still get your credit work done. So you do want to become a product of the product to explain how these services can help your clients, and then, you know, secure the bag as well.
Right.
So how can people get in contact with you? So just as far as like your social media or just any information where people can reach out?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram, either at Consult with Karanda. I actually have a few pages. Consult with Karanda, or Wealth Creator Karanda. And then I'm also on Facebook. You can find me under Karanda Hurt as my personal page. And I actually have some business pages as well. Karanda Frederick LLC, Karanda Frederick. As long as you can Google Karanda and Frederick or Karanda and Hurt, you will find me on any platform, mainly Facebook and Instagram. I am on LinkedIn as well. But yeah, Consult with Karanda on Instagram, Wealth Creator Karanda on Instagram, and then again, Facebook, Karanda Hurt or Karanda Frederick.
Okay, well, thank you so much for
You
being
are so
on here.
welcome. Yes, indeed. You was my pleasure. You reached out and I was like, me? Yes, yes. Do you all have any questions for me other than the ones that you've asked?
No.
Okay.
The credit, when to pay for the credit card was a good one, though.
She's like, taking notes.
Right.
Oh, I do have one more question. Okay.
Mhm.
How do you feel about just student loans in general? I know like Kia and I, we are both college students and we're going to reach this point in life. So that affects our credit too.
So let me tell you, student loan debt is the devil. Let me just tell you that, because interest, well, right now with the pandemic going on, they're not really having people pay their student loans. But if you are able to, you should go ahead, especially now because they're not charging interest. That interest, y'all, is no joke. Like, it compounds daily. So I've been out of school for a little bit and I'm still paying on my student loans. Like, yeah, I went back and got my MBA. So of course, you know, that's more student loan debt. But as far as if you're able to pay, do it. Don't just pay the minimum either, because that's just going to be all interest that you're paying. So you'll look at your balance and be like, I'm paying, but it's not moving because it's all going to interest. So you may have to come off a nice amount each month, but you know, if you can still pay what you can, definitely get it paid off or paid on, because student loan does affect even when you go apply for a mortgage, because you have that income to debt ratio, and they do look at that as well. So yeah, student loans are just the devil.
Mhm.
Look, not to scare y'all. How much longer do you all have in school?
I graduate May 1st, so I'll be getting my master's this month.
Okay,
Yeah, I got a whole nother year to go. Then I'll be done
awesome.
with mine.
Well, congratulations in advance, ladies.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right.
That's all I can think of for our questions. Thank you again for joining us and just giving us all the knowledge on credit. So,
Mhm.
yeah, everybody take this advice and definitely connect with her.
Yes, and one more thing, real quick. We are actually having a webinar tonight. I will post the information on my page. We're having a webinar tonight at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be going over the program, the credit repair side, and the business opportunities. So you can see, maybe this is something for you or not. But it's definitely going to break down how we actually get paid. So definitely something to look at. But I will post that on my page here in just a few. That way, for those that are watching, can definitely hop on. I can send the link, the Zoom link and everything. So yeah, super excited.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
No, that's all.
No, yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you all again. If you ever want to do this again, let me know. I'd love to come on again. Maybe we can do break down some other things about credit and finances.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yes, we will take you up on that offer.
All right. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, welcome back to On a Cloud Podcast, episode 23. And we have our next interview for today. And so today we're going to be interviewing Kristen. And so she is a business consultant and a financial consultant. So she's going to be talking to us about credit repair and how to get our credit score together, y'all. So welcome, Kristen.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity, ladies. So let me just give you a little backstory about myself. I actually got started in this industry about 2 years ago. What led me to the financial literacy industry is the fact that my credit score was shot. I had a horrible, horrible credit score. And I always tell people one thing about it, life just simply happens. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're trying to skip out on your bills or not pay things on time. Life just happens sometimes. And a lot of times we find ourselves in a downward spiral effect, and it's a lack of being financially educated, so I got introduced to this business because of my poor credit score. And I just decided to partner with the company because I knew that I was not alone in being financially uneducated, if that makes sense. So I'm excited to be here.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So I guess just a little bit about what you do in your business. Could you just tell us a little bit more and how do you assist people?
Sure. So what we are is a financial literacy service, and credit restoration or credit repair is our flagship product. So what we do is we assist clients that have derogatory items on their credit reports, be it derogatory student loans, be it evictions, repossessions, medical bills, inquiries, you name it. For the most part, our company is able to assist by getting those items legally removed. Okay. One thing I didn't know was that it's actually illegal for the credit bureaus to place anything derogatory on your report without your permission. So our company does assist with that. We also show you how to build your credit. A lot of times it doesn't necessarily have to be that a person has negative items on their report, but they just may not have enough credit. Enough things being positively being reported to the credit bureaus. So as a result of that, we'll help them build their credit. We have something called Credit My Rent, where we can actually add a person's positive payment history from their rental history onto their credit report, which will in turn boost their score. So a lot of times we don't get credit for paying our rent on time, but let us be late or get evicted, then that's going to be on your report, but now you're actually able to get, get that positive history added to your credit report that boosts your score. Then we also show clients how to help them get a secured credit card, because that's another positive way to start building positive lines of credit. So our industry, our company allows you to be on the program without a contract, which I love. So once a person actually reaches their goals, they can just cancel their services and, go on from there. But they'll walk away a little bit more educated than when they started, because we're going to show you how your score is actually calculated, how to save, how to budget. A lot of times it's not the fact that a person doesn't know, it's just that they don't. Sometimes it's a money factor. If you had enough money, you would pay your bills on time, right? So a lot of times it's just being not managing your money properly. And that's where we'll show you how to do that, along with, we also have 12 other services too.
Wow. So you talked about showing them like the different credit scores. So showing them the different credit cards to buy and everything and to get involved in. So what would you recommend are the good ones, like Discover and everything in that nature? Like, which ones are the good credit cards?
Well, they all are good. It's just that you want to kind of watch out for the interest rates. Some have that high interest rate, and you want to be mindful of that, because you'll find yourself paying triple what you really owe. Discover is good. You have MasterCard, Visa, they're all pretty good. It's just, like I said, keeping in mind of the interest rates. Now we have one that we use through MasterCard. And again, because someone may be building their credit, the interest rate is going to be a little high, but eventually, it'll get lowered. One thing I do want to stress, I know I was not privy to this information, so I assumed that because I paid my credit cards on time, that was just all that it took. What I didn't know is that you want to keep your utilization below 30%. Anytime you have a credit card, you want to make sure that usage, again, is below 30%. So for instance, if you have a $300 credit limit, you want to make sure that you're keeping that, you're not using over $90 of that particular card, because anytime you go over 30%, that drags your score down. A lot of people like myself, I just assumed if I paid it on time and paid the minimum balance, that was all that it took. But in hindsight, no, it's not. So you want to make sure you watch your usage, watch your utilization, and of course, pay your bills on time.
Okay. Well, I do know you just mentioned too as well that you have like almost 12 other services. Could you tell us just a little bit about those?
Sure. Okay. So again, because we're a financial literacy company, we're not just credit repair, which I love, which was really attractive to me. We also have dedicated credit attorneys that's dedicated to a person's credit file. We have a savings portal, be it someone's trying to save for a car, a home, a vacation, even a new handbag, whatever that savings goal is, you can plug those numbers into the system and it'll help you create a plan of action to get there a little faster, to save properly. We have a budgeting system, which again, all ties into being financially swell or financially well, as I say, so it'll show you how to create a budget, how to work within your budget, and how to stick to your budget. We also have 24/7 credit monitoring, because a lot of times things come on our reports and we have no idea until we go buy something. Well, with our system, it'll show you, of course, how your score is calculated. Then it'll also show you, like, if, for instance, you were looking for a new car, or if you were looking for a new auto insurance, or even a job. As we know, credit determines where you live, what you drive, and sometimes even where you work. So that credit monitoring system will also show you how your score is calculated in those areas, and also ways to build your credit even more. We have a will and trust, which I'm very passionate about. As we know, this pandemic has just left some people just, knocked us to our core. But the good thing about it is our company has a will and trust. So now you don't have to wonder, for those of us that are parents, you don't have to wonder, like, if something were to happen to me, who's going to care for my kids, or if I go into the hospital and can't speak for myself and make medical decisions, who do I want to be able to make those decisions for me? These are hard conversations, but the good thing about it, you can put it in writing and people don't have to guess or fight about it in the end. Again, we have identity monitoring. As we know, identity theft is one of the #1 crimes in America. So we're going to protect your identity while you're going through the process. And the other thing that I love is the net worth. So a lot of times we Google entertainers, Lil Baby, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kobe Bryant, Oprah Winfrey, different entertainers. And we want to know, well, how much are they worth? Well, now you can plug into the system your numbers and determine how much you're worth. And then the system will help you get to your goal faster. So I love that. I needed it. I'm a product of the product. So I can tell you that it actually works, and I am still a work in process. But one thing about it, I'm sure I'm far from where I used to be. Okay. I'm still going in a positive direction. So I like everything that the company has to offer.
I need to learn more about that net worth. I need to know how much I'm worth.
The other one.
Yeah.
So when you talked about like saving those, so say if we have somebody that's listening that's younger, that's just getting out of like high school, they're in college, and they're trying to learn how to start saving to, provide for themselves or do anything in that nature. Like, what would you say would be the first steps in that?
In saving?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure that I always, we teach people like at least save 5 to 10% out of each paycheck. If you're working, you want to save 5 to 10% and put it in a savings, in a savings account, and maybe even one that grows, collects interest. So you want to make sure that you're saving about 5 to 10%. And then of course, the biggest factor is, if you're just starting out, this may be a little difficult, but for us that's a little seasoned, we want to make sure we have a savings goal at least six to 9 months, because God forbid something were to happen, you want to be able to have that rainy day fund. So again, our system is really good because it'll show you whatever your goal is. I have people that start the program and they're just trying to save a rainy day fund, or really just save to go on a vacation to Miami, but they know that they need structure. So what I like about the system is that it creates structure for you. It teaches you. And even when you get off of the program, you'll walk away a little bit more educated. You'll remember like, okay, I learned this from that, and so this is something that you can pass on to other people. Each one teach one is what I like to say.
Okay.
Okay.
So overall with the program, what are like your goals for the program, like your personal goals, and how could you just walk someone in like the process? So like, is it virtually? Is it something like everyone can do? So how does that process work?
So from a customer perspective, yes, we actually have online customer service as well as not in person, of course, but telephone. And then we have an app. So you're always able to, since everything is digital nowadays, which is really cool, you can download our app from your Play Store and you can monitor everything we're doing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So no one's scratching their head and wondering like, well, what's going on? Where am I in the process? Our system actually gives you a roadmap. So that allows you to see what to expect. Say, for instance, someone is on the program 6 to 9 months, or maybe even a year, just really depends on a person's individual goals. But I like to recommend everyone stay with the program at least 9 months just to allow the process to work. Okay, so they'll be able to track everything by going into the portal. It'll tell them what to expect. And then it also give them tools to use and helpful hints. So again, when a person gets started, they may need their negative items removed off of their report, which is good. Then it may be month 3, it may tell them, okay, now we want to start building credit. So now that we've gotten part of the derogatory items off, now it's time to go into phase 2 and start building. So it may suggest the secured credit card. It may suggest, paying an additional amount down on one of your bills. So again, there's a roadmap, and that is digital as well. Okay.
Good information. So do you have like any seminars or anything that's like upcoming that's going to happen where people can start to see how can they join and the different services that y'all have?
Yes. So I actually host a webinar every Thursday night at 8:00 Eastern time. I'm actually hosting one tomorrow. And then our company has a nightly one every night at 8:00 Eastern too. So I can get you that information as well.
Okay. Well, since you're kind of giving us information on webinars and meetings, what about some social media handles that you have as well?
Well, I am Zeal for Finances on Instagram. That's ZEAL, the number 4 finances on Instagram. I'm Zeal for Credit on Facebook.
Hi, yes. Y'all make sure y'all go check her out. It sounds like y'all have some good services. I know I need to go and check some out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're phenomenal. I mean, we even have a youth financial literacy program where we teach kids ages 8 to 18 about the matters of personal finances and credit. So I know you ladies are not parents, but that was like really attractive to me because I have small children, and I just want them to know a little bit more than what I knew coming up. No one
Mhm.
talked about the importance of having a good credit score, or even really what it meant. I grew up thinking cash was king, and cash lasted me through the storm, but I now know that credit is power. So I want to teach my children at an early age what not only entrepreneurship looks like, but also about leveraging your credit. So I love that too.
And I do have one more question because you did bring up entrepreneurship. So, do you all like assist with anyone who's just starting a business and trying to like figure out how they can save within or save within their business, or how to like budget their money correctly when starting a business? Do you all help with that?
Well, we don't really do a lot with businesses, but I will say this is a business. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually got started, like I mentioned, what drew me to the company is I responded to an ad on Instagram. And because I had a poor credit score, I was interested in the services. But then there was a way to actually earn additional income from home and become a business owner. So I purchased a franchise, which everyone has the opportunity to do. And of course, with doing that, that has taught me a lot about how to leverage my credit. So now that I've gotten my personal credit, together, then of course now we're going into it allowed me to establish business credit. So as we know, having a home-based business allows over 400 tax deductions. And so that has been really helpful, I should say, with just for tax purposes. The good thing about having this type of business is that it opens your eyes to so much more. You get into something for one thing, but then you see a bigger picture. So what I like about it is that this is a one-stop shop. It allows you to not only build your credit and get your credit together, but it also allows you to have a business, or have a home-based business too,
Okay.
and earn weekly income.
Right.
Yes.
So do you
Thank
have like
you.
last thoughts or any other like information that you like to share with everyone who's listening?
Well, I will say this, we are living in some unprecedented times. I mean, I think we all can agree. I don't care what our age is. We know that this past year has been really crazy. Now more than ever, I can honestly tell you, is the time to get in front of the 8 ball instead of behind it. If you have, those stimulus checks, some of them dropped today, and Fashion Nova is texting everybody and you're getting all these emails and everything. But I'm like, you know what? Even myself, I have to say, okay, Chris, you got to do better. So I just want to encourage people to really now start getting serious about your finances and your goals. Credit may not be your thing in regards to having negative items, but maybe you're looking to open a business. Maybe you're looking to bring in some additional income from home. And this is something that this opportunity allows you to work from anywhere. We service the entire United States, all 50 states, and you can work from home, on the beach, at Starbucks, wherever you are, but helping people get ahead in life, helping someone else reach their goals. So again, I like to encourage people to, again, get in front of the 8 ball instead of behind it. If your credit is not right, let's work on it. If it needs to be built, let's build it, and then if you're looking to make some extra income, let us know. I can assist you. My name is Kristen Davis, Zeal for Finances on Instagram, Zeal for Credit on Facebook. And would you like for me to give my number? I got a telephone number too, if you guys need that.
It's up to you.
Well, my telephone number is 248-497-6879.
All right, y'all hit her up.
Right. Take this
Yes.
opportunity.
Yes.
Yes, but thank you so much for joining. You gave us like a lot of advice and a lot of programs that you offer as far as like credit building and saving, budgeting, everything all over. So thank you so much. This was very helpful. And for everyone who's listening, thank you and really, really look into this and try to reach out to Kristen because this is very, very great. I'm overwhelmed every
Me too.
time.
You ladies, I appreciate the opportunity. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, so everybody, welcome again to On the Cloud podcast. It's interview time once again. So today we have a special guest. Her name is Crystal Parker, also my sister-in-law as well. So she decided to get herself and her family life insurance in like a important state and just basically educating herself more on life insurance and helping others. So first, just to start, just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and
Okay, so my name is Crystal Parker. Again, I'm Keisha's sister-in-law, and I recently became an independent business owner, helping families get insured. So, what led me to that was just trying to get my own family protected, researching and looking into some of the different things that the industry had to offer, which led me into wanting to educate myself more, not only about insurance but my finances, so that I could better help my family and other families.
where you from? Where you located?
I am in Columbus, Georgia. I've been here probably over 15 years. Military families. So I've lived around a couple of places. I'm originally from Hartford, Alabama, which is a very small place, but close now that we can still visit, still have a lot of family there. So yeah, it just that's pretty much it. I have 2 kids. I'm married. My immediate family live here in Columbus with me. So that's pretty much what I do and who I am.
So can you tell us why is it like so important to have life insurance?
Well, the main thing is that it's protection, it's income protection, and it's income protection not for you. So life insurance is not about you. It's about your family and loved ones. That if something happens to you, how is that income or that financial burden going to be put onto your family, or how is it going to be taken care of by your family? And that's dependent on if you have taken the step to make sure that you're one, you have the life insurance until you're financially secure, and sure that you're making the steps to make sure that you're financially secure. So that's it. Life insurance is income protection, basically.
Okay, so with life insurance, how early do you think someone should get life insurance? Like, what's that startup age?
So the first step will probably have a conversation with parents and see do they have a life insurance that you're already on that might roll over into your own policy as an adult, and make sure you take advantage of that. Most times, if you can roll a policy over into your own, like that the company I work with, that I partner with, they let you stay onto a policy until the age of 26. Then you can roll it over into your own policy. That I would take advantage of. We have that. If you don't have a policy that your parents have for you that rolls on over into your own, the earlier the better. Your youth is the benefit, and most people don't think about it until their 30s. I'm in my late 30s, and I didn't think about it because I always had it with my job. But to have a life insurance policy that's just yours, your youth is going to help you. So the younger you are, you get a better rate, and that rate carries out longer. So you'll get a better rate for more coverage at a younger age. And a lot of people don't think of it at a younger age, but that's the best time to get in and take advantage of you not having health issues. Because the older you get and the more health issues that might come along is going to affect the cost of your life insurance.
So can you say what has been the most exciting part about helping everybody or helping others with getting their life insurance started and getting them in the steps of making sure that they have everything together?
One is that people don't think that they can afford life insurance. They don't think that they can that they don't have the funds or the means, or that health issues is going to stop them. So educating people that we can try to work with you, find something that works for your budget. Just because you might have some type of health issue does not automatically disqualify you for life insurance. So letting people know that there are options, and also just educating them about the financial benefits of having life insurance, and giving them some financial education that helps them in their financial freedom is being the most rewarding thing. I've learned so much since I came into this industry that you don't learn in school. So just being in this industry, I've learned so much. And I like to pass that information on to the family. So a lot of times some people don't jump on the policy right then. You can break it down and explain everything to them. But I also know if they have talked to me, I have given them information that has educated them not only about life insurance, but their finance.
Okay, so since you're mentioning like how people don't know and they think like it's expensive, what is like an estimated cost for life insurance?
Well, the range would depend on, again, their age, how much coverage you want. I mean, and then that's what I'm saying. Like you can get as little as like probably like $50,000, $25,000 dollars of coverage. Probably ranging anywhere from up to like $500,000, like $500,000 worth of coverage. With my company, you probably will range anywhere from $40 a month to $200 a month. It just depends on, again, your age range and the amount of coverage that you want. And also the other thing, it does not take long to just get a quote to find out where you stand. A basic quote. Things might change once the underwriting goes on the process, but it's not going to jump like dramatically. And if it does, we can adjust again the amount of coverage and the length of years. So it takes probably like 5-10 minutes. And that's what I always tell people, like, we don't have to have this long drawn out meeting. It can take a quick minute for me to just put your name and date of birth in and kind of give you an estimate of what you could get. But I would say $40 up to $200. And that depends on if you have children added onto it as well.
Okay. And okay, so when you was talking about finances and how that kind of goes with, your life insurance and everything, how important, or like what should your finances be looking like when you are starting to look more into your insurance and your life insurance?
Okay, so definitely we always give the example of, say that like you and your husband, and it's not just about spouses, it's single people don't think about it, but I always give the example that if you are a person that in your later years, you want to be able to take care of your parents. If you have nieces and nephews that you care for, you might not be married, have children for yet, but say that something happened to you, that financial burden, you wouldn't be there to take care of your parents later in life. You know what I'm saying? So that money that you have in life insurance could do what you want it to happen if you're not here anymore. So when it comes to we give an example of a family, say you got a husband and wife and they have say $6,000 in bills that come in monthly, right? If that person died, if one person passes away, that's half their income. That's $3,000 that's gone. So now the person left behind not only has to try to grieve, they have to try to have burial services for this person. They also are now responsible for that missing $3,000 in income that is in the house. Those bills don't stop. So that is how you have to look at it. Affects the finances dramatically if someone passes away. If somebody has an accident that takes them out of work, that they can't, that's the kind of things that it affects. And it can affect generationally, because now you got to think about how the kids are in daycare, private school, college. If you're playing catch up continually after that tragedy, that can affect the next generation. Also, life insurance, if used correctly, can also be an instant estate to build up the next generation. Because that's that is a lump sum money that can help the next generation of your family.
I never thought about it like that.
Smart way.
Yeah.
So could you tell us a little bit about just the program overall, and just like your services and what you do?
So we basically we help families try to earn more income, become more become properly protected, and we also try to help them become debt free and financially free. So we just educate about your finances, how you can make more money, how you can save more money, in the financial tools that can help you be successful. And like I said, not only for you, but to pass on to another generation. So we do financial need assessment, we look at investment. We work and what we try to do is tell people to save in the amount of term life insurance or life insurance that they're going to get. And we say, if you're going to save in the amount of life insurance that you're going to get, invest the difference. We don't want you to just be dependent on that life insurance. We want you to learn to invest the difference, grow your money so that you don't need that cushion of the life insurance. Because a thing is that millionaires don't have life insurance. They don't need it. You understand what I'm saying? They have the funds to not only take care of something financially happens to them, but they have the funds to pass on to another generation. So we're trying to empower people to protect yourselves now, but also build so that you have what you need when you're ready for retirement, and possibly have to pass on to another generation. Generational wealth starts with you if you are educated correctly about your finances.
Okay. And so what's some tips you will tell everyone out here that you think that they may not know?
So I would just say, again, research, find someone that can educate you on your finances, that there are possibilities to invest. There are ways to grow your money outside of a bank or outside of a basic savings account. You're really not going to be able to grow a lot of money in a basic savings or CD at a bank. They're probably 3-6%. So I would look into some investments. If you're not sure, and everybody is not, I know it's a new thing, everybody investing on their own, but a lot of people are not securing that. They don't have feel like they are knowledgeable enough. They don't have the time, but there are companies such as mine that you can invest as little as $25 a month starting out, and we help you get on the right track to have what you need, especially for retirement. A lot of people are still working at the age of 70. I don't want to be the greeter at Walmart at 70 because I didn't have myself financially protected, and I did not do what I needed to do to retire securely. So we just want to tell people to research, ask questions, get educated as much as possible, and invest your difference in with your life insurance. So those are a few tips that we give. Find something outside of a basic savings bank account and a CD at the bank. Find something with a higher rate to help you grow your money faster.
Good advice.
So lastly, just where can people get in contact with you and the business? So just as far as
Okay.
media, or just give us that information.
Okay, so you can contact me on Facebook. It's Crystal Parker, CRYSTALPALPARKER. And on Instagram, I think it's C_Robbins83. I have to be sure about that. You can call me. or inbox me on Messenger, text me, whatever way you want to get in contact with me, you can. You can email me at crystalr0828@gmail. And like I said, we can set up a Zoom meeting. We can just go over some basic financial information. I can do a quick quote for you to kind of let you know where you stand with your insurance. And yeah, just go from there. But yeah, I'm gonna share all my links with Keisha because I can't remember all off the top of my head. Sorry. And my phone number, where you can contact me.
Okay.
Do you have like any last comments or anything that you want to add?
Let's see. I don't think so. Yeah, I just say to, young people, take advantage of your youth. Don't think you have time, but take advantage of starting things young. You can grow your money in like half the time if you just start younger. Like, you don't have to start out with a great amount of money. A lot of people think I don't have the funds, I can't do it right now. Start out small, add to it. You know what I'm saying? I know how it was to be young and, struggling, but if I would have just put $25, $30, $40 every time, do that monthly, and when you get a lump sum of money, add to it. I would be in a different place in my late 30s. You know what I'm saying? If you start, we got kids now investing in growing money in middle school and high school. They're graduating college debt free because they're investing in growing their money throughout college. Those are the types of things you want our children to learn so that they have true financial freedom. So I would just say, you take advantage of your youth. Start small, but start somewhere.
Okay, that's great advice.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. And reach out to me.
Yes, most definitely.
Yes, thanks for joining On the Cloud podcast as well. And everybody listening, definitely tune in and definitely go follow Crystal on any of her social medias if you want to set up your life insurance. So, thanks, y'all.
Thank you. Bye.
It's time to boss up. Fix your credit, girl. Get at it. Get your bag up. Hit that gym and get back fine. Go get that degree. Go, girl. Focus on me. Unlock potential that you didn't know you had it.